the FX series Louis. Please welcome Louis C.K.
Thank you.
That was fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
So nice of you to be here tonight. It was,
Oh, Jesus. That was really nice.
It was real. Well, you deserve that. You and I don't know how many
here.
people know this. When we first got started in 1993, and just starting on the late night show, you were one of the first writers hired for that show.
That's right.
on the writing staff.
I was, and I was about to quit show business. I mean, literally the night before at 3 a.m. I decided to quit and empty my brains into the tub. Which, by the way, is how to do that. If
Yeah.
you're gonna do that, get in a tub. Don't be a dick, because
Always felt the
Well,
same
it's
way.
not about you
Always
anymore.
felt the same way. Yeah.
as of now, it's not about you. It's
Right.
about who finds your stupid, on purpose dead body. So don't ruin a rug. Get in
Right.
a tub, close the curtain, point at the wall. But
Yeah.
anyway, the day before, I had decided that was what I had to do. I don't think I ever told you this. I had decided I had to quit. I was making no money and I was really bottoming out.
Right.
And the next day you hired me. So you saved my life and you gave me a career. So
You'd have done fine without us. Trust me.
no, I really wouldn't have.
Do you remember what it was like in the early days of the late night show, like
Well,
'93?
I do, because
We didn't know what we were doing.
No, you had never been on TV
No.
before. And we were these writers in a room, and we used to just make fun of you, and we used to just... I was grateful for like 10 minutes, and then we just would on you and make fun of you. Because you were very innocent about
Yes.
being on television.
Yes, I
and,
was.
Like, you would go out on walks, go for a walk in Central Park, and some guy would say, "Hey, Conan, I like the show." And you'd come running in the writer's room like breathless and excited, and you'd say, "This guy told me that he likes the show. I think we're gonna make it." And we'd be like, "Yeah," and you'd leave, and we'd be like, "What an idiot, it's one guy, it doesn't matter what one guy says. Why does that matter?" But,
I needed anything at that point to
yeah,
keep
well,
me
the thing
going.
is, I'm newly on television, and now I'm the one. Every time I'm taking a I'm Googling myself. Every time. I'm like, ooh, what did that fella say on his blog?
Now, you've lived here 2 decades now. You clearly love the city. You make
Yes.
New York is such a part of your show.
Yeah, I love it.
And the way you depict New York, you must go crazy for this town.
I do, because there's all sides of the spectrum here, you know. Sometimes you're I have children here, too, so sometimes you're in a park and there's pigeons, and then there's an old lady masturbating or whatever. And I'm saying this, that's one side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
The other,
Well, you know how it is when you're looking at pigeons.
yeah,
You just
They're pretty
get all
erotic.
worked up.
well, she fed all her bread to them and there was nothing left, so she started to masturbate for them. She's doing it for the pigeons. All right, I'm sorry. The other side of the spectrum is that it's a very exciting place, and it's kind of the center of the world in some ways.
You never know what's going to happen here.
No,
yeah.
the UN is here, and sometimes you see... Okay, so one time I was driving on the West Side Highway with my kids. I have a car in New York because I'm selfish and a bad person. And I see a cop car behind me going whoop, whoop, wagging his lights, so I let him go, and then there's 3 more cop cars, and then a bunch of black SUVs. It was a motorcade. You see that in New York sometimes. I didn't really care. Talking to my kids, and I'm next to this black SUV, and then I look over, and it's George W. Bush. And he's sitting there looking at a BlackBerry with his glasses down, and I see him, and I go, "Oh my God, he was the president!" I went crazy. I was to my girls, I'm like, "Look, he was the president!" And the thing is, when he was president, I hated him. I was a total, like, I hate Bush. No, but I didn't even have a good reason. I was
didn't
just
have a
like,
reason for it.
Bush, because oil. I didn't have any fleshed out reason.
Thought about it much.
And now he's next to me, and I'm like, "Oh, it's the president!" And he looked and he saw us, and he smiled and waved, like, really genuinely. And I was waving. I was like, "Mr. President!" I was literally yelling, "Mr. President!" to him. And then somehow, this is true, somehow in my weird craziness, I got in his motorcade. Like, I implicated...
Yeah, no, motorcade. motorcade.
I just drifted into his motorcade. And his people, it stops and they go crazy. Get out of here! And I drive away. And he looked at us like, hey, I'm not mad at you.
He's a good guy.
Nice
We got to take a break. More with Louis C.K. We'll be right back. C.K. Louis, I noticed that not too long ago you got a Twitter page, and I've known you for a long time. I didn't know that you were into social media. Are you? Are you that interested in it?
Well, I kind of hate it. I think it's awful, and I have Twitter so that I can just tell people what I want them to buy and give me money. I don't care. People get mad at me because I don't follow anybody. I zero people that I follow, and people are like, you're an arrogant prick. Like, I get really angry.
People get mad at you for that.
How dare you not follow? But why do they care? It's like a piece of cake going, come on, man, what, I'm right here. Why aren't you eating me? Like, why did they give a shit? I'm sorry I'm on television, but I think it's bad. I think that you shouldn't just do everything that's available to do isn't a good idea. There's a culture right now that as soon as hey, you get to do that, I'm gonna do it. There's no sort of like, maybe that's not just the constant, nobody takes in life unless it comes through this.
Yes.
Like whenever I see a televised event that's a huge, like the Olympics opening ceremony or a Times Square at midnight on New Year's Eve, everybody, they see seas of people all looking at it through their phone.
Yeah.
Like there's explosions and acrobats, but they're looking at it through a little 3-inch screen. Like I think if Jesus comes back and starts telling everyone everything, everybody's just gonna be Twittering and they won't be like, I am Christ and I have returned. Oh my God, Jesus is right in front of me right now. I swear to God. But this is, I'm now going to impart to you, I have a twit pic of Jesus. Oh my God, he's trending. Jesus is trending right now. Okay.
I don't have any idea what
Can
he
you
said.
just look at me for a second?
Now you're on the road constantly. I know I think you're going out to Pittsburgh tonight, I believe.
I'm going to Pittsburgh tonight.
Yeah. And they're going with you. Are you?
Yeah. It's not a good place.
Do you still enjoy it? Do you still enjoy the?
It's not.
Who does that?
It's not. It's lesser than other places. There's like thousands of better places than Pittsburgh. Maybe
Get those
millions.
people some soup or something.
Yeah.
Make it up.
Well,
to
they're
them.
here too. They're not in Pittsburgh. They hate
Yeah.
it just like I do. Who wants to go to Pittsburgh? It sucks. But anyway, I have no opinion about Pittsburgh. Yeah, I travel I was in Arizona and there I was, I forget what I was going to say, being driven to do radio by this woman who worked at this club that I was working at, and she gets this parking lot and it's automated and it gives instructions in English and Spanish, and she goes, that's so offensive. If you're going to be in this country, then just learn English. And I said, well, what's wrong with giving people that speak Spanish an option? And she says, because it's just, you don't understand, because Mexicans, it's just, they're really like, if you live down here, then like Mexicans, it's like really, like just generally Mexican. And I said, I'm Mexican.
That's right.
Which is true.
Which you're.
I am.
Yeah. Is it your?
My father's
your father?
Mexican. I lived there till I was 7. I only spoke English when I came here. I came to America as a little Mexican boy.
Right.
This is part of my history.
Right.
Was coming to America.
America es muy bonito.
I was a little Mexican boy.
It's so funny.
So, but I don't look.
So she didn't know that.
I
yeah.
said, I'm Mexican, and she said, oh, well, I don't. It's not that I don't like Mexicans. It's just that there's so many of them. So. It's okay to be racist towards a group as long as, it's just that there's a lot, under a certain number they're fine, and then above like 2,000 they start to get smelly and bad. what she was trying to say.
Make sure I mention this because this is
Yeah.
important. You are doing a brand new stand-up special that's actually a little different. It's going to be exclusively on louisck.net.
Yes.
And it's going to be starting December 10th, and people can watch the show. And it's going to be shot here at the Beacon.
Shooting it here in like 9 days on this stage, and it's not going to be on HBO, Netflix, iTunes, or anything.
Right, this is quite unusual. It's
I'm just
only
paying for it with the ticket money from the people that bought tickets, and I'm shooting it, and then I'm just going to have it. You could go on my website. It's $5, PayPal. That's the only way you can see it.
Very
so I'm just
cool.
doing it so people buy it from me.
Look for that.
And I won't really make any money, but
Right.
it's more fun that way.
That's going to be on louisck.net starting December 10th. Louis, cannot thank you enough for stopping
Thanks
by.
for
And
having me.
congratulations on everything. Louis C.K. We'll be right back with Scott and David's wedding. We'll see you in a second.